Hello students, now we are going to continue with the same lesson, that is the lesson number 5 of Civics, the Indian Judiciary. In this lecture, we are going to take a point, that is the public interest litigation. Public interest litigation. So the Supreme Court in the earlier 1980s evolved a system of public interest litigation, that is PIL, so that maximum population can have access to justice. As we have seen in the last lecture, that though there is what the people are having the rights to approach to the court, and this is what a common right it is given there, but still most of the people, they are not accessing the court only because of their poverty, illiteracy and the other reasons we have learnt. So now the Supreme Court is evolved with the system of the PIL only to avoid this type of a situations, and the maximum population should have access the court or access to justice, and for this purpose only the PIL is evolved. Any individual or the organization can move the High Court or Supreme Court in the interest of public case or public cause. Okay, so any individual or organization, the individual and the organization, they can approach to the High Court or the Supreme Court for the interest of the public causes. The litigation involves a system of filing or defending a claim in the court. So this litigation involves a system of filing or defending a claim in the court. So they can defend in the court on the basis of the interest of people. So however, unlike the other litigations, the aggrieved party need not necessarily file a PIL. So like in the other cases, the aggrieved party, they themselves need to file a case, but here in the case of the PIL, this is not the necessary. Anybody acting in public interest can do so. So anybody, whoever is acting for this public interest, they can do so. The legal procedure has been simplified to the extent that even a letter or telegram, means this legal procedure is also very much simplified, that extent to even that a letter or a telegram explaining the particulars of the case addressed to the High Courts or the Supreme Court is treated as PIL. So all these things whichever are mentioned here are considered as a PIL. So you will be surprised to know that the concept of the midday meal in government and the government aided school started because of the filing of PIL. So this is also the result out of PIL. In the year 2001, in the drought affected Rajasthan and Odisha. So there was a drought in Rajasthan and Odisha in 2001. The millions faced scarcity of food. So the people were facing the problem of the scarcity of food, but at the same time the government godowns were spilling over, means there was much more grain it was stored. So in such a situation, an organization, so one organization in this situation, that was the People's Union of Civil Liberties, that is the PUCL, People's Union of Civil Liberties, they filed a PIL in the Supreme Court for enforcement of the right to food guaranteed under the fundamental rights, right to life in our constitution. So in our constitution, the one of the rights it is there, fundamental right, that is the right to life, and under this a right to food it is guaranteed to each and everyone. So they filed this PIL against this. On the basis of this, they pointed out that it was sheer apathy on the part of the state government. So this is what the apathy for the state government when the tons of the grains were rotting in the government godowns. So that is what the tons of grain it is there in the godowns of the government, and it is getting rotten. The millions were dying out of this starvation in the country. So the millions of the people are not getting their food. They are dying because of that starvation. So after hearing, the Supreme Court ordered the government to generate the more employment opportunities. So here, after hearing all these things, the Supreme Court ordered the government to generate the more employment opportunities and give the food at a cheaper prices through the ration shops and provide the food to children in the schools. So this is what the impact of the PIL. Okay. So students, here we are going to stop. The remaining part will continue in the next. Thank you.